Here we go, guys. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I've come to remove your psyche lock. Psyche lock? I want to know, and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. I love how he just outly admits it. Just out in the open. By the way, look what I got. It begins. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. On Guard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. On Guard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't want to have anything to have revenge, but whatever. I don't even know what that was. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on another person. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. That would be yourself. No, it would be Celeste. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that's Miss Impax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste is Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. On Guard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide. Can you explain this relation between me, Celeste, and Matt? Well, here you are. With love, Celeste. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. On Guard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. To be fair, it wasn't that hard, you know. Thank God I got full health for this next bit. I have a feeling this is going to be a pain in the ass tomorrow. Well, so why frame him? Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Korea didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. But because of Mr. On Guard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with. Until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved on to Worldwide Studios. And that's where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match, they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and myself. Well, shit. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened. I called it, didn't I? I said Matt was a bastard and called it. Oh my god, what a fuck. But then why did Mr. Krita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hit Juan the most. Poor Miss Impacts. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left the suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt. And it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of the suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it from Juan. It was so I could find out about this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I now know. Pearls, you're about to pull your first all-nighter. To be continued. Fuck. When we come back next time for more Phoenix Wright, I get the feeling this long case may draw itself to an end. Or it might just keep continuing. Lord knows where this case is going to lead us. Oh boy. Let's just keep going though. Later. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence. You are no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before. Someplace. Some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. What's going on, guys? This is Bossrosslp. Welcome back for more Phoenix Wright. Do I even need to say what happened in the last session? I don't think I do. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. I bet you anything he originally had, like, some sort of champagne or wine, but then in the English version they changed it to chocolate milk. I'm not sure why it's chocolate milk. It just looks like chocolate milk to me. Now listen up. You better get in guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Mia. Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She has tried to channel me since yesterday. She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that cursed guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team when we're chasing after the killer, pal. Oh, sweet. Then you have some sort of lead? And a job back? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial's over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get in guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. Until then, well, we'll just hope and see if everything happens to work out. You're the main protagonist, so usually that shit works out. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to stall? Stalling! Oh my god, I gotta stall, but I can't stall too much because then it'll be delayed to the 3rd day, and then the killer will most certainly kill. Fuck. Press everything. Press fucking everything. 5 times at least. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you too can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. You know what, I just had a terrible thought. What if it's not Edgeworth and it becomes Francisca again? Oh, God. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah, I don't just have you, Maya, and Pearls, like Pearls said. I actually have a guy who can make some pretty good instant noodles. I got a guy who bills me everything. And that's about it. You know, I don't really have it in spades. I mean, maybe Udgy, but I don't know, he sort of seems to hate me every single time I get into the court. He hates me a little bit more every time I get in there. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the last trial as long as I can. The trial lasts as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. I'm just gonna press the shit out of everything and talk really slowly. Here we go. Nope, it's Edgeworth. Wait, but was that Francisca next to him? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ungard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution's been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being, what exactly was Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime herself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the Nickel Samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those with which she cannot escape. Then you were saying she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with the committing of the actual crime. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carrita was killed by a professional assassin, and the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt Ungard. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Dude, the second she's safe, we're just gonna wreck the shit out of that guy. I'm literally gonna be like, oh yeah, fuck him. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Mentor? He's not so much a mentor, is he? Whatever. Call him up. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Oh, well, that's, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him, in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. Didn't know that. But, you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you ask. Now then, I would like you to please testify. You see, if you're tired and you don't want to fall asleep, you need to put emphasis in your yawn. So if you yawn, you gotta go, and just like shock the yawn out of your system. It really works, I'm telling you. Now then, I want to testify about what happened in Ungard's room. All that fun shit. Okay, sure. Here we go. I visited to Matt's room. Just so you know, Powers, I'm gonna press a lot, so you better get used to hearing your voice. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his Nickel Samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Dude, I'm gonna press the shit out of that, and Phoenix is gonna be like, so who are these guests? It's gonna be great. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard was speaking with is an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Whew. Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Oh boy, I love the landmines. Landmines are fun. They're just fun to step on and blow up all over our face. It's going to be great. So, here we go. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to the match room, pressing everything. The defendant's room? Why'd you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns me into a bad guy. It's the witness on every time. Every time. Seriously, every time. It hadn't happened to Gunshoe, and he's the only one. Oh, he's a police officer. Wow, it literally is every single fucking time. If they're not a police officer, every time we... This is just like Channel 6 Action News. No, this is Fox News at this point. If they're not a police officer, we make them look like a jackass. Oh, good lord. This is glorious. What have we gotten ourselves into? What? This is the minefield we were talking about. Oh no! Oh no! Stop the Let's Play! Stop the Let's Play! We're done! We're done! I'm leaving. I'm leaving. No, I can't do this. I can't do this, guys. Can't do this. But I need to know what happens. Because I'm a sucker for this type of shit. Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with the testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn to a bad guy here? No, Phoenix, you've literally made everyone look like a jackass except the police. And even the police you made look like a jackass to some extent, so maybe it is somewhat fair. You literally made, like, everyone that's ever gone to the stand look like a jackass, although the prosecution has helped mostly the man come true look like the jackass in most situations, but you're pretty good at that, Phoenix. You're pretty damn good at that. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in the Nickel Samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt in guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. If that's the case, then you really can't be mistaken. And... what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. But it was the bellboy. Or was it? At first? What'd you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on the tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. If I had to do a psyche lock in the middle of court, Christ. Guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. Gosh, the two of them for what? Man, he's actually not pressing into him. I mean, I know we're stalling for time, but seriously, he's not really pressing into Powers at all. So what about this one? You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah. The bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. I think we were supposed to take away from that is the fact that he barely tips anyone because he's a jackass. So once again, literally every single line, you're further cementing in the point that this guy's just a jackass. I think you kind of proved that about 30 or so minutes ago when I did the original part of that session and he became... No, that was more like an hour ago at this point. I know he's a jackass, guys. You don't have to keep cementing the fact. Had guests with me that night, and I couldn't wait for them to cook me. Whatever that is, I don't know. So who are these guests? You're talking about? So who is this person that broke down said door? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after meeting Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to sprint further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. I was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Huh. So it wants me to find something out of this?